What's up, everybody? Charlotte Soccer Show is back with more. Charlotte is wonderful, and it's a wonderful time to be in Charlotte. I am your host, DannyBrams, riding solo once again for another YouTube exclusive. Had so much fun doing a reaction video to the whole uncut footage thing that I decided, hey, what if I reacted to other stuff? You know, what if I just talked about the stuff that's going on and just gave you some of my raw and unfiltered thoughts. And I thought to myself, what can I do based on my many years of experience of life, listening to many press conferences, athletes, coaches, administrators, all people of all kinds of stripes, and the things they have to say, interviewees. Yeah, just like I've listened to so many interviews in my life. And so I thought, and I've edited so many interviews and like cut out sound bites and found sound bites. So I thought to myself, maybe I put some of that experience to bear on my Charlotte Soccer Show experience and do a little thing I'm going to call Decoding the Press Conference. Maybe it's a new regular feature on the show. Maybe it's a one and done. Maybe it's the start of something beautiful. Who knows? But it's a great time to be a Charlotte FC fan. The team is in the playoffs for the first time ever. We got Red Bulls coming up in about 24 hours from the time that I'm taping this. Wednesday night, the match. This is a Tuesday night. We're going to look at what Ashley Westwood said on Tuesday morning. So, I wanted to do Latanzio because he says crazier things in the press conferences, but to give me crazier reactions maybe. But he spoke for close to 40 minutes, and I don't know if I have that much stamina tonight after work and all that. So Westwood spoke for a much more manageable 20-ish minutes or so. So he's the captain, and I figured, hey, let's listen to what old Ash has to say, and I will play it, and then I will when he says something I think is worth talking about or reacting to or commenting on or decoding, if you will. In theory, I'm going to use my vast expertise and experience of listening to all this stuff to tell you what he's really saying, maybe when he might be using athlete speak. So let's listen. Without further ado, let's listen to the captain.
We had a little. Obviously, we didn't start the season too well, but even then, It's easy saying it now, but I was never worried. We were still playing well, but we were just creating our own problems with our mistakes. And we're a new team, a lot of new players, and like I said, these things happen. Young players, but we got there. We stuck with it. We showed great character, and thankfully, we've got the rewards of our hard work.
How has your midfield partnership with Brant Bronico evolved over the season? And you've had obviously other partners, but that one's been the most consistent one.
The way he plays the game is infectious. His work rate, his energy, it rubs off on the whole team. And like I said, I'm one of them players as well who will run around. Maybe I should hold my position a bit more. But we're a pair that work hard, and like I said, it gives us a good platform to build on.
All right, boom. First jump in, first pop in. Obviously, no need to decode the smile that you saw on Ashley's face as soon as the name Brant Bronico traveled across his ears. It's clear he loves his midfield playing partner there. And what I sensed there was the authenticity of his response and the fact that you could see that he was thinking about his words. He wasn't just giving like random athlete speak, and he thought like, how can I give an interesting answer because I really care about what matters that I say about my buddy Brant. He also was saying basically all the BB13 haters that are out there, and you know who you are, you know where you've been, you know I've been calling you out all year, and I'm not going to stop. Me and the captain are on the same side on that. So keep BB13's name out of your mouth unless you're saying good things. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Let's keep going.
Good luck Wednesday. I cede my time.
Thank you very much.
Carol.
Hey Ashley, congratulations.
Thank you.
What did it mean to walk out on the field the other night with Ayla? How did that come about? How did it make you feel?
It was incredible. A lot of emotions. But like I said, my wife spoke to Alexis, and I felt it was something that we should do. And I'm sure it certainly felt like he was there that night as well. So it's a special moment. And like I said, she was exceptional. She was taking it all in. And for me, it was just a great honour to lead her out. And like I said, hopefully we did him proud.
Awesome. And also, how did
No explanation needed there, obviously. Also, no decoding. Just one of the most class things that I've ever seen in the history of soccer. I got emotional talking about it earlier this week, and I'm emotional thinking about it now. But for now, we move on.
you guys find out about the other results? Like, who was keeping tabs on that, and how did you guys know on the field?
We didn't know. Well, I certainly didn't know. I remember stuck in the corner. I was asking the fans, have we done it? And we still don't know. So for us, we knew before the game, we knew what we had to do. And it was take care of our own business. And thankfully, we got the results going our way. And I think it was thoroughly deserved, though, the way we've been playing the back end of the season. We've been real good.
All right, I can't fully call bullshit on that necessarily, Cap. But to not know, I don't know. I think you knew. To say that you were asking the fans, did we do it? I don't know. I think that's maybe a bit of theater from the lad, but who knows? Maybe it really was the way it went in his mind. But you could tell from the celebration, and obviously it was nice to win, but I think it was pretty obvious right away. You saw as soon as full-time Kara like put his hands up, and like you saw the yes, and it was less than a minute after full-time when Bram Bronico was like holding that phone up and being like, playoffs, baby. We made history. So I don't know. Maybe Ash is just so locked in that he alone didn't know, but I think most of the players on the team knew.
Thank you.
All right, Sam Spencer.
Hey, Ashley. So, I think we talked a little bit the last time we talked about this being a comeback. Is this getting to the playoffs sort of complete with the comeback, or do you see this as more work to do?
Yeah, it was. Like I said, it's been a tough season. We've had ups and downs, but I think the character of the boys have real dug in. We've stuck together. Even the boys who aren't involved, like I said, we've harped on about it. It's a real squad game, and like I said, they're just as important. The lads coming off the bench, the lads who aren't starting. It's a real testament to the character that we've built here. And like I said, it's exciting. I'm already excited for next season as well. So it just bodes well. The club's in a real good place.
And
Oh man, I love to hear him say I'm already excited for next season as well. Still work to be done. We're not done. I know a guy who's used to playing in Europe is going to think, oh, the last game of the regular season, that's the end of the campaign, right? But no, we still have the knockouts, bro. We still think of them as championship promotion knockouts. You might be familiar, Ash, with that. Very important, very lucrative. What he said about the squad players, it's captain's take. Basically saying, hey, Billy Tulioma, be ready. Guzman Corujo, be ready. Mackenzie Gaines, be ready. The guys who haven't necessarily played regularly down the stretch or at all in some of these cases. Patrick Ajimong, be ready. There's no more Crown Legacy matches for you to go to. Who knows what could happen in New Jersey on Thursday night or Wednesday night, excuse me. Anything could happen. And we've had some really weird things happen up there in our short 2-year rivalry with the hated Red Bulls. So Captain says, be ready.
speaking of stuck together, Coach Latandio brought up Saturday night after the match that that was what kept on coming into his mind, sticking together, the sense of community. And when we have more time, I'll talk to you longer about it. But how does that mentality of sticking together, how do you see that as being sort of the core of what's been happening on the team since the stuff?
It shows. I mean, weeks ago we got written off by a lot of people, and like I said, we always knew in this locker room how good we were playing, what we were doing to teams. You could feel it. It was just little moments later in the games that hurt us, but we never lost belief. And even on the pitch, we were saying to each other, we don't realise how good we are. But I think now we're starting to really believe it. And every manager after our game comes out and says that they're one of the best teams we've played. So we take great credit from that. And like I said, it goes to show we don't listen to outside noise. It's what we've got in the locker room, what we do every day on the pitch. So it's real. It's carried us over the line. And like I said, thankfully, at the bank, it was an incredible night. It's one of the best atmosphere I've played in. I see the videos back. When you're in the moment, you don't have time to take it in. But once the final whistle's gone and you see all the videos, it was an incredible night. And and long may we remember it.
Oh, wow. Long may we remember it. Long we shall, Captain Westwood, 100%. You don't got to worry about that at all. I'm going to be remembering this one for pretty much the rest of my days. It was quite a night. One of those nights where you just want it and you get it. You know, it's rare. But basically, if I'm decoding what he just said there in that soundbite, to use this vast expertise and reserve of experience that I keep referring to, it's basically saying, DannyBrams, F off, dude. Why'd you lose hope? Why'd you say fire Latanzio? Why'd you be the outside noise that we were ignoring, dude? And for the record, I never did give up per se. I wouldn't think that I didn't say like, oh, F this season, I'm done with this team or anything like that. But I did say, hey, the coach has to go, and coach is still here and we're in the playoffs. So love the fact that the squad is tight and together and doesn't listen to the outside noise, and love everything he had to say about the team sort of impressing other folks around the league and playing to a point where, their opponents are afterwards like, man, that was a rough game. That was tough playing them. We don't want to be easy to play. If you're not easy to play in the soccer world, you're usually succeeding. So let's keep going.
Well, brilliant job this season. Cheers and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Jeff Carmen.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I wanted to ask about playoffs. Obviously, being from England is a unique experience. Can you give our mindset on this playoff format, particularly with it being changed in MLS? That second chance to get an opportunity at a championship, how exciting is that for you to make your first experience of playoffs?
It's incredible. Obviously, I've found in America the whole playoff it means so much to people. Obviously, it's different to England. And they've changed the format a bit, which has given us a chance. We've taken that opportunity and we're going to run with it. And that's for sure. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of games. Obviously, if we win Wednesday, we look for it could be 3 games against a real good team. So it's different, but it's certainly so exciting. Like you saw the other night, it meant so much to us as players, the fans, and it was for the football club. It was a unique night, and I will never forget it. That's for sure.
How proud does it make?
Yeah, very cool, very very cool. Again, I hadn't watched this in advance. I'm just reacting in the first time I watched this through, so I didn't know that question was coming. Funny that I referenced earlier how an Englishman might consider the playoffs, but basically decode that one. He said, "Yeah, y'all are weird over here in America, but it did make for some amazing memories. So maybe weird is good sometimes, and we keep it moving."
Didn't get to us. Like you said, they've played in huge games in the Premier League where you're fighting to stay up and people's jobs are on the line. So that's pressure. This is a different pressure. This is an enjoyable pressure. And I thought the other night we give a real professional performance. Even the lads who come on were excellent. Like I said, it's a squad game and we've created a real group. I keep saying it, and we're a real force to be reckoned with now.
Also, you mentioned how on the back half of the season, the team has really started to pick things up. To me, it seemed like coming right out of League Cup after you beat LAFC at home, that's where this turnaround began. What have you seen from the team that's allowed them to grow and to be able to play like that and have this type of form that allowed you to get into the playoffs?
Just the relentlessness about us. I think that obviously we've changed a lot of how we've pressed teams, which is testament to the coaching staff. We have changed a lot the way we press teams, and it's aggressive. And I know if I was playing against us, it'd be really tough. We are aggressive, and like I said, we're going to give up opportunities the way we press, but that's what got us into this position. And I've seen that with the way we're growing we're taking teams on now. We're not fearing anyone, and that showed the other night against arguably one of the best teams in the league now. So they've brought some individual talent. Obviously, the greatest player in the world is there, but we dealt with it, and like I said, we got a massive result for this football club.
Again, there he's just kind of talking, kind of understatedly, but I take it almost as like an indictment on myself because he's basically the decode there is like, hey, if you think Pokemon style, we're in our final form. He's like, this is the destination we were always going to get to, and y'all should have just stuck with us and quit being complaining and such whiny baby Charlotte fans all the way along the journey, because he's like I said, he's saying like we always knew we had this in us, and we're happy we're doing it now. And so I think that's cool. I think that's why this team was able to achieve what they did here finally in the end. And I know there's haters out there like, oh, Ashley referenced it. They changed the format, which has allowed us a chance. We wouldn't have made this, as a 9th place team, we wouldn't be in the playoffs last year. It was top 9. This is the first time the top 9 have ever been in a knockout. So I get it, but we're celebrating. I don't care. We're in. We tried to get in and we got in. So that was our goal and we made it. I'm going to be happy about that. But, all the times when the team didn't look as good earlier in the year, but what they were doing was like implementing a system and learning how to play within the system. And, I've been critical. I've been critical all year, but you can see why someone like Ashley Westwood is the captain of the soccer team. And I'm just a fan who sits out here and drinks beer and talks crap. So, but hey, oh, captain, my captain.
Good luck, kid.
Okay, Steve Goldberg, and then what after?
Hey, Captain. You took that yellow card very early in the match, and you're a feisty player by nature. Just was wondering, how did that affect the rest of your game going forward? Because that's a team where you have to get stuck in on so many quality players.
Yeah, it was early on. They were on the counter attack. I remember it well. I've seen a video back. I took a lot of inspiration from the American football I've been watching. So it's, but no, they had a counter attack, and it was.
Quick side note: he's certainly not referencing the Panthers there, right? When he's talking about great American football tackling, right? Sorry to have to do it to all Panther fans.
It was one we needed. It's a foul we need to make. That's part of the experience of being an older head. You need to know when to bring them down, and I thought they were in a real dangerous position. So, and like when you've been in, I've been booked early on in a lot of games, and you just have to be careful and see it out, and that's where the experience comes in. So thankfully, I managed to see out the 90 minutes and saw it through.
And kind of a sidebar question here. I would just appreciate if you could comment on the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton and the influence that he was on, not just on British soccer, as a gentleman and just one of the class players of all time, but on the game as a whole.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal man. Like I said, I heard the news on the morning. It hits you, even though I didn't know him. He's just what he did for football, especially in England, and what he went through. And he's just an incredible man. And like I said, I see it when I've ever played Man United. He's always there. He's I think he's English's best ever player. So that's the testament of the man he was. And he was like you said, he's just a great human. And like I said, it's a real sad loss for football and I'm sure for his family.
Rest in peace, Sir Bobby, obviously. Glad Ashley got a chance to comment on that as an Englishman, obviously, for sure. I didn't know that question had been asked, but pretty cool.
Thanks, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Jorge.
Hey, Ashley. Given that you're going into a play-in game, it's kind of like a fresh new start. Is there a certain message that you have to that locker room as a captain?
Just the last 5 games, just to take that. I think we're on a good run now. I called it after the League Cup. We hit form at the right time. We're there. We've got confidence now. We're playing well. We're getting clean sheets, which is important. So it's not for us. It's not a fresh start. We're carrying this momentum on, and we feel like we can go all the way. We're that confident. So, and we believe in each other. We believe in what the manager does. We believe in everything that we're doing. So, like I said, we're in a good moment at this time.
I mean, thank you. Where would we be without the League's Cup? It's so funny to hear him say that. Everybody that talks about the turnaround of Charlotte FC references that sort of League's Cup run and that ability to sort of play backs against the wall soccer for a few extra weeks, and then have a few weeks off to sort of get right physically for the stretch run. League's Cup was everything, and I think the captain rightly cites that. And, when we're playing these do or die games here down the stretch, the last 4, we had 11 must-win games, then we had 7 must-win games, then we had 6 and 5, and finally we got down to 4 must-win games, and we finally won 3 of them. and pulled it off. And it's that experience of like win or go home, win or you're done type of thing. That really battle tested us and hardened us. That might have us be a not so easy out in the playoffs once they get started.
Nice, and I mean, two crucial games that you guys were able to pull out. The game in Chicago and this one at the bank with, everything that was on the line, right? Last time you went to New York and played at Red Bulls, you guys were up 2-0, and that game ended in a draw. Is there a certain different feeling that you're feeling within the squad? Is there something that you guys are talking about to try to get these games over the line?
We're a different team now. When the team that played Red Bulls, we've grown, we've matured, and like I said, it's first half we were outstanding there. But then, like I said, when you're 2-0 up at half time, people think you should see the games out. But I've been there a lot of times. 2-0 down, it's easy to play football when you're losing. It's almost like it doesn't matter what happens. You come out and you give it all. If you lose 3-0, it doesn't matter. So when you're 2-0 up, it's tough. It's not easy to play. And like I said, it's a lot of people say you should be seeing these games out. But when a team's 2-0 down, they've got nothing to lose. So they're going to throw everything at you. So we've learned a lot. I think we control games a lot better now. Like I said, we've got a few clean sheets. Now we've played in some real big games that must-win games, and we've come through it. So like I said, we're growing as a group and we're maturing. And like I said, we're playing the best football of our season at the right time.
Sometimes cliches are cliches for a reason, right? They say, a 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in soccer, and you think that's just some announcer cliche that they made up to try to sell the drama of a match. But there you have it. A player says it because he says, why is a 2-0 lead? The follow-up you never get is, why is the 2-0 lead the most dangerous in soccer? And it's like he says, because it's easy to play when you're down 2-0. And when you're up 2-0, you start thinking about what you might lose. You're sitting on the 15th tee thinking about, if I can just par out and I can shoot even, but you end up making a bunch of bogeys when you think about it like that. So we've talked about that on the show before too. So yeah, kind of funny to see a player's take on a classic soccer cliche there, for sure.
Okay, time for a couple more, so let's go back to Willie P.
You spoke to it a little bit there, Ash, but I kind of want to go a little deeper as somebody who kind of gets to see both the offensive side and the defensive side as that connective tissue in the midfield. What have been your impressions of the evolution of this back line, specifically, Yera, Adilson, Andrew, and Nathan? Because 3 clean sheets out of 4, that's your best run of defense all season, and I'm sure it's something you guys take great pride in.
It is, and like I said, we bring Callie into that. He's arguably been one of our best players the last 5 games. So we're a real group, but it's not only we're pressing from the front as well. The lads up top, Enzo, Carroll, Camille, Justin when he comes on, Kerwin's been fantastic. We're a team that defends from the front, so they do a lot of the work. We ask a lot of the back 4 as well. They're sometimes left man for man, which is difficult for them, but they've stood up to it, and I think they've like I said, they've shown a real maturity. And Andrew's been outstanding. He has been a revolution, and like I said, he's testament to his character. It's not easy. He made a few mistakes, but that's the character he is. We stuck with him, and rightly so, and he's come out of it, and he played one of the best games I've seen him play the other night against arguably the best player in the world. So for a young lad to do that is testament to what we've got here, and I'm extremely proud of him. Likewise, everyone else in there.
Thank you. All right, Sam Spencer.
Protect Andrew Privet at all costs is what that boils down to.
So actually, the one more question I wanted to ask to tie everything together is, I've heard a lot from people in the community how you're one of the people who really brings the club to the community and brings the club together with the city of Charlotte. And a couple weeks ago, I was in England and saw matches with 2 of your old clubs, Crewe and Burnley, and whether it's guys on a double-decker bus or just having beers and pints with people after the match, you bring up Ashley Westwood, and they're very fond memories. How do you see your role as the captain, not only of the team on the pitch, but the team in the community?
Well, for me, I take great pride in being a good person, first and foremost. A good person is what everyone sees. Secondly is the footballer. But like I said, that's how I've been brought up, to be a good person. And the community here, it's unbelievable. The way we connect to each other. Obviously now we're in the new facility, which I think has been a big help. We've got everyone in house, and like I said, when you step outside of here, you're representing the club, whether that be your local shop. You always have time for people, and I think the work. Obviously, Brant does a lot of work. George does a lot of work with the community, and it's important because they're the ones that, when we leave, this club is always going to be here. So that's important for the people in the community. We help them out. They come and support us, and we're all as one. That's what it is in England. This is your club, and you belong to this club. So that's my experience in England. It's if your club is Burnley or Aston Villa or Crewe, that is your club for life, and that's what I see here. And it's what they've done, what the owner's done, what Zoran's done. Everything here, we're building something very special. And that was the main reason for me coming here so early on in this football club's life. I wanted to make an impact in the place and in the community, and I wanted to be remembered for all the good things I can do.
You know, it's so, if you'll allow me just like the chance to like pat on the back my podcast partner, Johnny Hayes, it's so rewarding and like fulfilling to hear John like sort of like give his take on the way he sees things from the outside of what Ashley Westwood brought to this club in terms of that English grit and that English connection to a community. And then so like, you know, we're on the outside, we're not in this locker room, but then we get the chance to peek in and hear Ashley talk, and he echoes the exact same thing. And it makes me feel good about the fact that, like, you know, Johnny and I do this show because we love this club, but it would be kind of a stupid show if we didn't know what the hell we were talking about. So, you know, not to pat ourselves on the back too bad, but, you know, it's nice to know that we're reading the tea leaves correctly and like we're seeing things the way that they truly are. You know, makes it hopefully a better rewarding listening experience for all y'all that the TIFOs that show the love and listen. So a couple more minutes here with the Westwood captain. Let's listen to a couple answers, and then I might come back with some final thoughts here.
Okay, we've got time for two more. So let's do John, and then we'll do the last one with Carol.
Ashley, you mentioned before the crowd, and this team is unbeaten in 11 in all competitions at the bank, and it just from your time in England playing in some of the biggest stadiums in the world, how would you compare the atmosphere of playing in front of a full house at the bank, and where would you personally rank your experience of playing in front of these fans, just the atmosphere they provide for you?
The other night was electric. It was incredible. Obviously, they made their feelings known about Messi. I'm sure I heard them booing him, which was nice because I know you see it at a lot of other stadiums. They're cheering him, so we hear that, and it gives us time to we reflect on it. And it's like, right, we need to stand up and pay them back to what they're doing for us. Translation:
Extremely well done job. Everybody in the supporter section all across the stadium, you did what you needed to do. You booed the quote unquote greatest of all time. Hashtag not my goat. Hashtag for the crown. Hashtag it's about us, not him. Everybody did a great freaking job on Saturday.
But for me, the biggest one was, it was a Wednesday night. It was raining, bad weather, storm was rolling in, but I think we still had 25,000 there. So it's incredible. Like I said, it's been a roller coaster, and not once of our fans turned on us. It's been incredible, and the other night was definitely for them, and they thoroughly deserved it, and hopefully there's many more to come.
All right, let's finish with Carol Walton.
Hey, Ashley, after the game, Latanzio and a couple of people mentioned Yere's defense on Lionel Messi, and I just wonder, he seems like he's a really calm defender, but he gets to the ball quick and makes good decisions. You know, what do you see out of him and his experience there?
He was brilliant. Obviously, he kept him quiet, like Messi doing what Messi does. He drifts along, so the back four had a lot of communicating. Obviously, me as well. They were telling me, but we had a game plan, and it paid off. It was an incredible game plan. It worked, and like I said, Yeri was unbelievable in that. The way he kept him quiet. It was just the last 5 minutes he started to get in the game. We managed to get over the line, but the whole back four was exceptional. You start to look at Messi, but they've got other top players as well, which you have to be careful of. But no, certainly Yeri was brilliant the other night. But he's got experience. He's played in the top leagues in one of the top leagues in the world. So he brings that calmness and he knows how to defend.
Absolutely love it. The captain shouting out a teammate there for his last answer. You know he liked the chance to do that because he's all about his team for sure. I want to just thank everybody for watching along with me. I'm actually really inspired and even more pumped up than I normally would be after hearing that incredibly well executed press conference from the captain. Like I said, I like to listen to people give extended thoughts and talk and get this window into someone's thinking, and love to comment on it. So hopefully you appreciated my commentary on his commentary. The Hall of Mirrors aspect of it all is kind of fun for me as well. And let's get this match kicked off. It's for the crown, baby. We're going to be back on the podcast feed soon, obviously, and all is well. But we are just cranking out content because this is the time to do it. It's history being made. Don't forget about Charlotte Independence playoff match on Saturday out in Omaha. That's a 5:30 Eastern kickoff, maybe. I saw it was 5:30, but I didn't see if that was 5:30 local or 5:30 Eastern. So double check me there. Charlotte beats the Red Bulls. They may be headed to Cincinnati on the weekend. Man, there's a lot going on. There's some beautiful things, and I'm just happy that all the Tifos are here for the ride along with us. So for the crown,